All right, y'all, here we go. Wealth on Wednesday, coming back at you. Doing another thing that we haven't done in a while. We are actually talking about banking, fintech, and I love dealing with fintech. I believe fintech is a disruptor and it's disrupting a lot of what we know as everyday banking. And so here we go. We're talking about AXOS AXOS Bank, looking at what it does and how it does it in the finance industry. Let's jump on this. Let's jump into it. Here we go. Listen, y'all, this is a simple way to get higher yield on your money. I know you'll see a lot of commercials for Vanguard, Betterment, and I think this is one of the companies that we can get into that you can see where these accounts, particularly the Summit Savings Account, is one way to access getting uh, higher yield on your savings, and it is definitely a starter to get a better return on your savings online via app, things of that nature. So I'm promoting this. No, this is not sponsored. This is not a brand deal. This is just a company that I believe in, a company that I am a customer of, and I've experienced it. No problem with customer service. No problem with the apps. In fact, I would say since I've started with them, the apps have improved and greatly compared to some that have come on and not been able to sustain themselves in a period of growth that a lot of companies have. So the Summit Savings Account. Look at this, man. Three what? 3.75 APY. No maintenance fees, no minimum balance, right? Just straight high yield savings. How many of us would love for that to be the case? No, no catches, no glitches, no issues, just straight high yield savings. 3.75% interest rate today. That's pretty good. That's pretty good in my book. Look at this. Compared to Capital One, Bank of America, and Chase. Look at those rates. Look at those rates right there. The key right there, no minimum balance. Drop a dollar, drop $100. It doesn't matter. No minimum balance fees. No maintenance fees. No minimum initial deposit. Start earning today. And I'll tell you right now, you can start earning today. I'll give you my referral link, right? I'll give you my referral link right here in the chat. You can jump right in there, get what you want, get what you need. It is a high yield savings account that has advertised 3.75% APY. Right. This is not to be confused with the one account. The one account, which is one where you can actually get a higher savings yield as well as some cash on your checking. But that's a combination that does have deposit requirements. Here goes the other part about this that I like about this bank, right? When we compare the two, the key feature for Summit, right, there's no minimums, right? And so for those that are just starting out, for my people that are just starting out, fresh out of college, fresh out of high school, first job, just started that side hustle, this could be the avenue that you go in order to start accumulating that large lump sum of reserves in cash. Now look at this. If you do the one account, which is both the bundle of savings and checking, you get 4.21% APY. And you get 0.51 APY on the checking. The issue is you need to have a minimum transfer that goes into your account, direct deposit, should be $1,500, I believe. And in that, there's no maintenance balance or opening or overdraft fees, but you won't be eligible for the return until you hit those benchmarks. So I would say if you're starting out, start out with the Summit Savings Account. The Summit Savings Account. And I say the Summit Savings Account because that one allows you to get started, get going, and I think that that's the one for the people who are just getting into the high yield savings biz, just getting into the high yield savings trend. This one will give you the type of return that will blossom over time. And I say blossom because that's what it's bound to do. It's bound to blossom, bound to grow. And here we go. When we talk about it, look at the different news that's out there about this thing, right? According to recent January 2026 earnings reports, AXOS Bank saw a 44% surge in deposits last quarter. This is largely because big banks, Chase, Wells Fargo, etc., are still paying near 0.1% APY, while AXOS is offering up to 4.31% APY via their AXOS One bundle. People are picking up on this, right? And you're seeing that customers are responding to this. The rewards checking account is available. That's also through AXOS. I think their business accounts and some other aspects are great. I'm not so much sure on their investment accounts, but I think their business accounts are a great option as well. So for all my people, my creative economy people, my YouTubers, all those people making money off of Twitch, other sources like that, Etsy, check it out. Check out AXOS Bank. It's definitely one to be contended with when we talk about newer banks, banks that are offering something that others cannot connect with. If you do this now, right? If you do this now and you get on this AXOS, banking, and you see how it works, you see what's happening, and you see what's going on with it, I'm sure you're going to be looking at it and saying, okay, man, hey, this is something I might want to deal with. This is something I might want to check out. This is something I may want to handle. Look at it. For business, like I said, the AXOS Business Bundle, you got a flexible checking account along with a high yield savings account. They're offering 3.6% APY on a high yield account, and you get business checking to go along with it. They're geared towards business, and if you're into the deals, right? If you're into the deals, y'all, if you're into the deals, then you can really get something going on when you start talking about using Rakuten. If you use Rakuten, right, along with my referral link, I'm sure when you add up the returns, come on, man. There's specials, there's bundles. These things are all being done at the same time and in the same measure. And I think this is something that you could benefit from, right? And I like this bank. It's mobile. And I have yet to have a major issue with customer service or anything of that nature. I think that the bank itself is doing some things that we have yet to see in a lot of banks and their offerings that are fully disclosed. Let me just say it like that. A lot of banks don't offer the same type of loans. A lot of banks don't offer the same type of returns, and a lot of banks don't offer the same type of service. And so as you grow, you can grow within this bank. And I say that because this is one of the things that we want to look at as we deal with our finances. Are our finances growing along with us? And are we getting into a place where we're not in a position to die broke, but to grow wealth? Grow wealth because we want to have this type of account that will give us these types of returns. These types of accounts are definitely something that can shine and show us, hey man, this is what I want in my account. This is what I want to do with my money. And as you grow it, let it grow incrementally. Do recurring deposits, pick out an amount, drop it in there every time you get paid. If you're doing, like I said, a side hustle, peel off a piece of that side hustle, put some in your SEP IRA, put some in your HSA, but definitely save some of your reserves in a place that will keep that passive income pump growing. I know this might not sound like a big deal to some people, but this is definitely one of the things that big banks don't want you to see. Big banks don't want you to see that you're getting a better yield from somewhere else and better service from somewhere else, and you're likely to go there instead of the ye old traditional savings and loans, thrift and loan, or quote unquote local business bank. This is something that's turning the financial industry on its head simply because they don't have all the upkeep that your big banks have. So they're able to turn that around and put that into what they give you as a return on your savings investment that's held there. I say savings investment because you're investing in yourself, not that you're investing in a product or a stock. This is different. So as we talk about building wealth, that cash reserve that you should have, this is one of the places where I say, hey, kick it in, let it drop, let it go in drip by drip and accumulate over time. And I think you'll be satisfied. Hey, this has just been another one from Rev Bruce talking about faith and finances. Hope all is well. Hope all goes well. Keep it going. Keep it growing. Build that bank account like you know how. Grow wealth. Let's do this.